Brahmachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari. Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Shri Radha Madhava ki Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gauda Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gauda Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Advaita Acharya ki Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachadi Shatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today, very special day, the appearance of Advaita Acharya. And just going to read a few things, and also from Chaitanya Charitamrita, beautiful description by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So Sri Advaita Acharya is recognized as a combined incarnation or expansion of Sri Mahavishnu and Sri Sadashiva. Lord Shiva in Golokdam, Mahavishnu is the master of the universe, which he creates with his power of Maya. Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of this form of the Supreme Lord. To understand the Lord in his partial incarnations, Vishnu Tattva, and how he incarnates and respects and worships himself, to show example for all of us how to behave and how to carry out our devotional practices. It's said here that Advaita Acharya was born in the village of Navagram in Lod in 1434, some 50 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Acharya meditated on offering Ganges water and Tulsi leaves to the Lord, constantly calling Goloka Bihari again and again. The Lord's throne was shaking. So Lord Chaitanya is performing wonderful pastimes. Not only did he send Advaita Acharya, but also Mother Sachi, Jagannath Mishra, and all the associates of the Lord that he has eternal pastimes with. One begins spiritual activities for advancement in Krishna consciousness by hearing. Hearing is the most important method for advancement, and one should be very eager to hear favorably about Krishna. Giving up all speculation and fruitive activity, one should simply worship and desire to attain love of God. That love of God is eternally existing within everyone. It simply has to be evoked by the process of hearing. Hearing and chanting are the principal methods of devotional service. O best of the Bharatas, it is the prime duty of every person who wants to become fearless. Anyone want to become fearless? Okay. To hear, it's our duty to hear about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, and to chant about Him, and always remember Him. Lord Vishnu is always to be remembered. Indeed, He is not to be forgotten for even a moment. He is the sum and substance of all regulative principles. The conclusion is that when all the rules, regulations, recommended, and prohibited activities revealed in scriptures are taken together, the remembrance of the Supreme Lord is invariably the essence of everything. Remembrance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within one's heart is the goal of devotional service. When devotional service is performed purely and affectionately, there's no question of regulative principles. There are no do's and don'ts. I want to read the Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is Adi Lila chapter 6. The truth of Advaita Acharya has been described in 2 verses. It is said that material nature has 2 features, namely the material cause and the efficient cause. The efficient causal activities are caused by Mahavishnu, and the material causal activities are caused by another form of Mahavishnu known as Advaita. That Advaita, the superintendent of the cosmic manifestation, has descended in the form of Advaita Acharya to associate with Lord Chaitanya. When he is addressed as the servitor of Lord Chaitanya, his glories are magnified, because unless one is invigorated by this mentality of servitorship, one cannot understand the mellows derived from devotional service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. So we'll just read some of the translations. There are many beautiful purports as well. But obviously, during class time, normally we just give a class and from our realizations, but I want to hear Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami glorifying Advaita Acharya. And maybe not everyone had the opportunity to read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but when we're all together and we're hearing together, it amplifies the potency, so it'll actually penetrate our heart. So here we are in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 6. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Advaita Acharya, whose activities are all wonderful. By his mercy, even a foolish person can describe his characteristics. So I guess I get to speak here because I'm a foolish person. All glories to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Acharya. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In 5 verses I have described the principle of Lord Nityananda. Then in the following 2 verses I describe the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore I take shelter of him. Sri Advaita Acharya is indeed directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. His glory is beyond the conception of ordinary living beings. Mahavishnu performs all the functions for the creation of the universes. Sri Advaita Acharya is his direct incarnation. That Purusha creates and maintains with his external energy. He creates innumerable universes in his pastimes. By his will, he manifests himself in unlimited forms in which he enters each and every universe. Sri Advaita Acharya is a plenary part of that Purusha, and so is not different from him. Indeed, Sri Advaita Acharya is not separate, but is another form of that Purusha. He, Advaita Acharya, helps in the pastimes of the Purusha, with whose material energy and by whose will he creates innumerable universes. Being a reservoir of all auspicious attributes, Sri Advaita Acharya is all auspicious for the world. His characteristics, activities, and name are always auspicious. Mahavishnu creates the entire material world with millions of his parts, energies, and incarnations. Just as the external energy consists of 2 parts, the efficient cause, nimitta, and the material cause, upadana, Maya being the efficient cause and pradhana, the material cause, so Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes 2 forms to create the material world with the efficient and material causes. Lord Vishnu himself is the efficient nimitta cause of the material world, and Narayan, in the form of Sri Advaita, is the material cause, upadana. Lord Vishnu, in his efficient aspect, glances over the material energy, and Sri Advaita, as the material cause, creates the material world. Although the Sankhya philosophy accepts that the material ingredients are the cause, the creation of the world never arises from dead matter. The Lord infuses the material ingredients with his own creative potency. Then by the power of the Lord, creation takes place. In the form of Advaita, he infuses the material ingredients with creative energy. Therefore, Advaita is the original cause of creation. Sri Advaita Acharya is the creator of millions and millions of universes, and by his expansions, as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he maintains each and every universe. Sri Advaita is the principal limb, Anga, of Narayan. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of limb, Anga, and as a plenary portion, Angsha, of the Lord. O Lord of Lords, you are the seer of all creation. You are indeed everyone's dearest life. Are you not therefore my father, Narayan? Narayan refers to one whose abode is in the water born from Nara, Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And that Narayan is your plenary portion. All your plenary portions are transcendental. They are absolute and are not creations of Maya. Anyone know who spoke this verse? Lord Brahma when he was trying to apologize to Krishna for stealing the cowherd boys. He was trying to explain that you're my father, you got to give me a little mercy here. I'm like your dependent son. You're the Supreme Lord. This verse describes the limbs and plenary portions of the Lord are all spiritual. They have no relationship with the material energy. Why has Sri Advaita been called a limb and not a part? The reason is that limb implies greater intimacy. Sri Advaita, who is a reservoir of virtues, is the main limb of Mahavishnu. His full name is Advaita, for he is identical in all respects with that Lord. As he had formerly created all the universes, now he descended to introduce the path of bhakti. He delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna bhakti. He explained the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Since he has no other occupation than to teach devotional service, his name is Advaita Acharya. He is the spiritual master of all devotees and is the most revered personality in the world. By a combination of these two names, his name is Advaita Acharya. Since he is a limb or part of the lotus-eyed Supreme Lord, he also bears the name Kamalalaksha. His associates have the same bodily features as the Lord. They all have 4 arms and are dressed in yellow garments like Narayan. Sri Advaita Acharya is the principal limb of the Supreme Lord. His truths, names, and attributes are all wonderful. He worshipped Krishna with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganges and called for him in a loud voice. Thus Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on earth accompanied by his personal associates. It is through him, Advaita Acharya, that Lord Chaitanya spread the Sankirtan movement, and through him that he delivered the world. The glory and attributes of Advaita Acharya are unlimited. How can the insignificant living entities fathom them? Sri Advaita Acharya is a principal limb of Lord Chaitanya. Another limb of the Lord is Nityananda Prabhu. The devotees headed by Srivas are his smaller limbs. They are like his hands, face, and eyes, and his disc and other weapons. With all of them, Lord Chaitanya performed his pastimes, and with them he spread his mission. Thinking he, Sri Advaita Acharya, is a disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri, Lord Chaitanya obeys him, respecting him as his spiritual master. To maintain the proper etiquette for the principles of religion, Lord Chaitanya bows down at the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya with reverential prayers and devotion. Sri Advaita Acharya, however, considers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his master, and he thinks of himself as a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He forgets himself in the joy of that conception and teaches all living entities, "You are servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." The conception of servitude to Sri Krishna generates such an ocean of joy in the soul that even the joy of oneness with the Absolute, if multiplied 10 million times, could not compare to a drop of it. He says, Nityananda and I are servants of Lord Chaitanya. Nowhere else is there such joy as that which is tasted in this emotion of servitude. The most beloved goddess of fortune resides on the chest of Sri Krishna, yet she too earnestly prays, begs for the joy of service at his feet. All the associates of Lord Krishna, such as Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Shuka, and Sanatan Kumar, are very pleased in the sentiment of servitude. Sri Nityananda, the wandering mendicant, is the foremost of all the associates of Lord Chaitanya. He became mad in the ecstasy of service to Lord Chaitanya. Srivas, Haridas, Ramdas, Gadadhar, Murari, Mukunda, Chandrasekhar, and Vrakeshwar are all glorious and are all learned scholars, but the sentiment of servitude to Lord Chaitanya makes them mad in ecstasy. Thus they dance, sing, and laugh like madmen, and they instruct everyone, just be loving servants of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Acharya thinks, Lord Chaitanya considers me his spiritual master, yet I feel myself to be only his servant. Love for Krishna has this one unique effect. It imbues superiors, equals, and inferiors with the spirit of service to Lord Krishna. For evidence, please listen to the examples described in the revealed scriptures, which are corroborated by the realization of great souls. Although no one is more respected elder for Krishna than Nanda Maharaj in Braj, who in transcendental parental love has no knowledge that his son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still ecstatic love makes him, what to speak of others, feel himself to be a servant of Lord Krishna. He too prays for attachment and devotion to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, as the words from his own mouth give evidence. My dear Uddhava, please hear me. In truth, Krishna is my son, but even if you think that he is God, I would still bear toward him my own feelings for my son. May my mind be attached to your Lord Krishna. May our minds be attached to the lotus feet of your Lord Krishna. May our tongues chant his holy names, and may our bodies lie prostrate before him. Wherever we wander in the material universe, under the influence of karma, by the will of the Lord, may our auspicious activities cause our attraction to Lord Krishna to increase. Lord Krishna's friends in Vrindavan, headed by Sridham, have pure fraternal affection for Lord Krishna, have no idea of his opulences. Although they fight with him and climb upon his shoulders, they worship his lotus feet in a spirit of servitude. Some of the friends of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, massage his feet, and others, whose sinful reactions had been destroyed, fanned him with hand-held fans. Even the beloved girlfriends of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, the gopis, the dust of whose feet was desired by Sri Uddhava, and who were more dear to Krishna than anyone else, regard themselves as Krishna's maidservants. O Lord, remover of the afflictions of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, O hero of all women, O Lord, who destroy the pride of your devotees by your sweet, gentle smile, O friend, we are your maidservants. Please fulfill our desires and show us your attractive lotus face. O Uddhava, it is indeed regrettable that Krishna resides in Mathura. Does he remember his father's household affairs and his friends, the cowherd boys? O great soul, does he ever talk about us, his maidservants? When will he lay on our hands his aguru-scented hand? What to speak of the other gopis, even Sri Radhika, who in every respect is the most elevated of them all, and who has honored Sri Krishna forever by her loving attributes, serves his feet as his maidservant. O my Lord, O my husband, O most dearly beloved, O mighty armed Lord, where are you? Where are you? O my friend, reveal yourself to your maidservant, who is very much aggrieved by your absence. In Dwarakadam, all the queens headed by Rukmini also consider themselves maidservants of Lord Krishna. When Jarasandha and other kings, bows and arrows upraised, stood ready to deliver me in charity to Shishupal, he forcibly took me from their midst as a lion takes its share of goats and sheep. The dust of his lotus feet is therefore the crown of unconquerable soldiers. May those lotus feet, which are the shelter of the goddess of fortune, be the object of my worship. Knowing me to be performing austerities with the desire to touch his feet, he came with his friend Arjuna and accepted my hand. Yet I am but a maidservant engaged in sweeping the floor of the house of Sri Krishna. The queens of Krishna are speaking. Through austerity and through renunciation of all attachments, we have become maidservants in the home of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is satisfied in himself. What to speak of others, even Lord Baladev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is full of emotions like pure friendship and paternal love. He also considers himself a servant of Lord Krishna. Indeed, who is there who does not have this conception of being a servant of Lord Krishna? He who is Shesha, Sankarshan, with his thousands of mouths, serves Sri Krishna by assuming 10 forms. Rudra, who is an expansion of Sadashiva and who appears in unlimited universes, is also a guna avatar, qualitative incarnation, and is the ornament of all the demigods in the endless universes. He also desires only to be a servant of Lord Krishna. Sri Sadashiva always says, I am a servant of Lord Krishna. Intoxicated by ecstatic love for Lord Krishna, he becomes overwhelmed and incessantly dances without clothing and sings about Lord Krishna's qualities and pastimes. Don't try that at home, okay? All the emotions, whether those of father, mother, teacher, or friend, are full of sentiments of servitude. That is the nature of love of Krishna. Lord Krishna, the one master and the Lord of the universe, is worthy of being served by everyone. Indeed, everyone is but a servant of his servants. That same Lord Krishna has descended as Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone, therefore, is his servant. Some accept him, whereas others do not. Yet everyone is his servant. One who does not accept him, however, will be ruined by his sinful activities. I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya, a servant of Lord Chaitanya. I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya and a servant of his servants. Saying this, Advaita Prabhu dances and loudly sings. Then at the next moment, he quietly sits down. The source of the sentiment of servitude is indeed Lord Balaram. The plenary expansions who follow him are all influenced by that ecstasy. Lord Sankarshan, who is one of his incarnations, always considers himself a devotee. Another of his incarnations, Lakshmana, who is very beautiful and opulent, always serves Lord Rama. The Vishnu who lies on the causal ocean is an incarnation of Lord Sankarshan, and accordingly, the emotion of being a devotee is always present in his heart. Advaita Acharya is a separate expansion of him. He always engages in devotional service with his thoughts, words, and actions. By his words, he declares, I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya. Thus, with his mind, he always thinks, I am his devotee. Within his body, he worshipped the Lord by offering Ganges water and Tulsi leaves, and by preaching devotional service, he delivered the entire universe. Shesha Sankarshan, who holds all the planets on his heads, expands himself in different bodies to render service to Lord Krishna. These are all incarnations of Lord Krishna, yet we always find that they act as devotees. The scriptures call him incarnations as devotees, Bhakta Avatar. The position of being such an incarnation is above all others. Lord Krishna is the source of all incarnations, and all others are his parts and parcel incarnations. We find that the whole and the part behave as superior and inferior. The source of all incarnations has the emotions of a superior when he considers himself the master, and he has the emotions of an inferior when he considers himself a devotee. The position of being a devotee is higher than that of equality with Lord Krishna, for the devotees are dearer to Lord Krishna than his own self. Lord Krishna considers his devotees greater than himself. In this connection, the scriptures provide an abundance of evidence. O Uddhava, neither Brahma, nor Shankara, nor Sankarshan, nor Lakshmi, nor even my own self is as dear to me as you. The sweetness of Lord Krishna is not to be tasted by those who consider themselves equal to Krishna. It is to be tasted only through the sentiment of servitude. This conclusion of the revealed scriptures is also the realization of experienced devotees. Fools and rascals, however, cannot understand the opulences of devotional emotions. Baladev, Lakshman, Advaitacharya, Lord Nityananda, Lord Shesha, and Lord Sankarshan taste the nectarine mellows of the transcendental bliss of Lord Krishna by recognizing themselves as being his devotees and servants. They are all mad with that happiness. They know nothing else. What to speak of others, even Lord Krishna himself becomes thirsty to taste his own sweetness. He tries to taste his own sweetness, but he cannot do so without accepting the emotions of a devotee. Therefore, Lord Krishna accepted the position of a devotee and descended in the form of Lord Chaitanya, who is complete in every respect. He tastes his own sweetness through the various emotions of a devotee. I have formally explained this conclusion. All the incarnations are entitled to the emotions of devotees. There is no higher bliss than this. The original Bhakta Avatar is Sankarshan. Sri Advaita is counted among such incarnations. The glories of Sri Advaita Acharya are boundless, for his sincere vibrations brought about Lord Chaitanya's descent upon this earth. He liberated the universe by preaching Sankirtan. Thus the people of the world received the treasure of love of Godhead through the mercy of Sri Advaita. Who can describe the unlimited glories of Advaita Acharya? I write here as much as I have known from great authorities. I offer my obeisances 10 million times to the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya. Please do not take offense at this. Your glories are as phantomless as millions of oceans and seas. Speaking of its measure is a great offense indeed. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the superior Lord Nityananda. Thus, in 2 verses, I have described the truth concerning Advaita Acharya. Now, O devotees, please hear about the 5 truths, Panca Tattva. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Sri Advaita Acharya ki. So, also there are many amazing purports in that chapter describing the glories of Advaita Acharya. So trying to glorify such an exalted personality, Advaita Acharya appeared, and although he was performing Sankirtan and he could see that people in general were becoming materialistic, and they were giving up the principles of devotional service or the purpose of human life to awaken our love for Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his Shakti, Parasya Shakti Vividhaiva Shruyate, he performs many wonderful acts by one action. So as Krishna appeared with Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Devaki, and Vasudeva, what to speak of the many cowherd boys, gopis and gopas, and performed extraordinary activities in Braj to show us, because everybody in this material world is attracted by desire for sense gratification. We all have that lust and desire to enjoy in this world. And one who's advanced or actually hears about the pastimes of Krishna with the residents of Vrindavan, what to speak of the gopis, then actually it clears the lust from the heart. But one has to do it properly under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada is giving us the guidance, how we can follow the rules and regulations, how we can actually arm ourselves and equip ourselves to be eligible to hear the glorious pastimes of the Lord. So Advaita Acharya, although he's Mahavishnu, you could say, well, he could have performed the activity of liberating all the conditioned, foolish persons who are misusing their human form of life, acting like animals. But like I said, the Lord also had other purpose. He wanted to experience that taste, that love that the devotees have for serving Krishna and loving Krishna. And just when he was discussing with Ramananda Roy about, who is the most fortunate person? That person who accepts Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the most painful situation? To lose the association of devotees. How does one advance in spiritual life? By giving up the association of non-devotees. Those who are materialistic, only thinking about, talking about, and performing activities of sense gratification. Because ultimately, the material body is temporary, so if we're working hard our whole life to accumulate wealth or keep it all beautiful by all the expensive creams and lotions and potions, and taking all those necessary herbs to vitalize and keep ourselves alive forever at 105 years old, your skin and bones, how you can be enjoying this material world. And everything is taken away by the time factor. So Lord Krishna performed wonderful activities. He spoke to Arjuna out of friendship and love, and he gave a message to everybody to surrender. You want to stop suffering? You want to be fearless? You surrender. But so difficult in the material world to give up our own false ego, our own desire to be the enjoyer. So again, Lord Chaitanya being very merciful, he instructed Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, the 6 Goswamis personally and to expand, just like Lord Krishna in the heart of Lord Brahma revealed all the Vedic literature, the truth of the purpose and goal of life. He showed him the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, Goloka Vrindavan. And Lord Brahma was empowered by Krishna. So in the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, all the Goswamis, to broadcast the message of Krishna consciousness. Yes, Lord Chaitanya came to spread the Sankirtan mission, this chanting of the Lord's holy name. And before chanting the Mahamantra, we chant, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. The Lord doesn't accept offenses in the Panchatattva mantra. So chanting the Panchatattva mantra is so necessary to prepare our heart and prepare our mind so we can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this Maha Mantra is a beautiful medicine. And for Kali Yuga, there's no other solution. We can study all the Vedic literatures and study all the commentaries of every great acharya and become bookworms and try to really, advance on our own. But actually, Prabhupada says, I have no qualifications. My only qualification is that I'm trying to carry out the order of my spiritual master and showing his gratitude for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Prabhupada felt actually insignificant, like a beggar. How can I convince people of the message of Godhead? Just as Advaita Acharya was loudly calling, offering Ganges water and tulsi at the feet of Lord Krishna, shaking the residence of the Lord. So this is all very dramatically explained in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in the same way, Srila Prabhupada, he underwent all kinds of austerity, showed by his personal life example, and then, of course, taking the order of his spiritual master to spread the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. Prabhupada said that many of the godbrothers of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and other groups couldn't imagine how can this spread all over the world, because obviously it's a very rare treasure, and most of the Brahminical community, even during that time, would not want to see a Shudra or untouchables, and this caste consciousness was very prevalent in also many religions. There's certain categories, but for everyone, whether you're less than a Chandala, a Shudra, a Vaishya, Kshatriya, Sannyasi, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Brahmachari, Lord Chaitanya says, this is not my identity. Jivera Swarupoi Krishnera Nityadas, Gopi Bharatu Padakamalayo Das 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 Anu Das. So Krishna is more inclined for those who are servants of his servants. So by our meager attempt to serve Srila Prabhupada and assist in this preaching mission, this is attractive to Lord Krishna. This is attractive to Srimati Radharani, that, he's trying to serve in the purpose of spreading the Sankirtan mission all over the world. What did Prabhupada say? Do as I am doing. And Prabhupada was always talking about Krishna, always remembering Krishna, glorifying Krishna, and inducing others to think about Krishna. What are the two rules? Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. And how do we do that? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We're known as the Krishnas, the Hare Krishnas. People sometimes make fun or jokes, but still, chanting Krishna's holy name is absolute. And by distributing the transcendental books, the literatures, there's no one more dear to Krishna than one who's endeavoring to spread Krishna consciousness, genuinely feeling compassion, because these are symptoms of a devotee. He's Titikshava Karunika Suhrida Sarvadehanam Ajata Shatrava Santa Sadhava Sadhabhushana. Titikshava, he's very tolerant, Karunika, very merciful. He's a friend to all living entities, and Prabhupada exhibited these divine devotional characteristics of Krishna's. These are Krishna's qualities. And how does one see who is a devotee? By these qualities: tolerance, truthfulness, cleanliness, austerity. So much is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So much is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Prabhupada wanted that we take on the responsibility. Says, what is the honor or the benefit of you being Westerners if you can't spread this Krishna consciousness powerfully? Because Srila Prabhupada could see that if in Bharatvarsh, if those who are born in auspicious land of India, instead of trying to follow the ways of modern technology or economic development, only if we could have more factories and more technology, and it's all about who's powerful, those who have money. But they don't realize that the real treasure is one who has love for Krishna. So Prabhupada, he had a desire to go to New York or to go to America and then very quickly spread to England, Europe, Africa, Australia, all over the world. And then, was it 1970, he brought his young devotees, called them dancing white elephants, isn't it? Because the Bharashis were mesmerized. Who are these foreigners, these people from foreign countries who know nothing about Krishna? They know nothing of devotional service, but they're dancing and chanting, and got dhoti, kurta, tilak, shaven heads, look like Vaikuntha, look like residents of Vaikuntha, spiritual world. And Srila Prabhupada was very proud of his devotees, proud of the energy. And devotees wanted to please Srila Prabhupada. They take on the responsibility of going to all over the world to start Krishna consciousness and give others the opportunity for hearing and chanting about Krishna. And today is a very glorious day. Advaita Acharya, the Lord himself is Mahavishnu. But the Lord, you see how Balaram was always feeling subservient to Krishna, but Krishna was respecting as my older brother, isn't it? And it's very difficult to understand the relationship that Krishna has with himself. What was Krishna's duties, activities in Dwarka? He'd rise early and worship himself. So these pastimes of the Lord, they're amazing because basically it shows us how to become servants and how we can also not waste our life on talking nonsense and doing nonsense, and how we should stay very closely in the association of all the devotees and hear with attention and enthusiasm the glories of Krishna, the glories of Advaita Acharya, and his strong determination to help the conditioned fallen souls. And that's all of us. Here we are on this little tiny planet Earth, unlimited thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of planets in this universe. And there are millions of universes clustered together in this Mahat Tattva. Just a small portion, only a few rascals have come to the material world. But the majority of the Vaikuntha Basis and Goloka Vrindavan, this liberated souls are ecstatically, eternally, blissfully engaged in service to Krishna according to their relationship with Krishna. And Krishna manifests himself to everyone equally in a very wonderful and personal way. And Krishna in our heart is guiding us, knows our desires, He hears us, and He sends the Guru. Now we have to act on it. We have to take the message of Srila Prabhupada, read and hear Chaitanya Charitamrita, read Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, nectar of devotion. So much nectar is there. We may feel that, well, maybe, other places we can get more nectar. But if you repeatedly hear is newer and newer realizations daily. Imagine reading all, 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam with purports and so much to be read, not only one time, but Lord Brahma, he studied the Vedas 3 times scrutinizingly. So read Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatam cover to cover 3 times. Read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, Krishna book, and all these pastimes will become manifest. We'll actually become free from our ignorance and our foolish desire to stay in the material world. Not that we desire to stay in the material world, but we have a desire to enjoy. And that enjoyment spirit covers our transparent consciousness. And unless we stay in the association of devotees, worship the deities, cleaning the floor, chanting the holy name, and performing the devotional duties, it's not possible to overcome this Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Dhiratyaya Mamivaye Prapajante Mayame Tang Tarantite. This divine energy of Krishna is difficult to overcome. It's not that we disrespect Durga Ma or Maya. She is a servant of Krishna. She's protecting Krishna from those who are envious and jealous and not identifying as servants. So we should continue serving. We're all fortunate to be here in Vrindavan Dham. We have a great opportunity. These are one of the principles: chant the holy name, avoid the offenses, keep in the association of devotees, stay in Vrindavan Dham, worship Tulsi Devi, hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the literary incarnation of the Lord. Who is so fortunate? Unfortunate people have to read newspapers all day long and work 10, 12 hours a day just to maintain a family which will be very soon taken away from them. So our whole energy, our mind, our intelligence, and our body was misused. So what happens? You go to the animal species, you go to hell. So we want to really optimize our opportunity in the human form of life to awaken our love for Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. So a few minutes, if anyone has any questions or comments. Yes, Professor Sankarshan. Oh, hey Gopal.
Thank you very much for your nice class. In your conclusion, you were mentioning Lord Brahma read Srimad Bhagavatam.
Not read.
Well, recited it. He didn't have to recite it, but anyway, he said we should try. Unfortunately, for some of us, 3 times is not enough. So, just like during COVID, more than 5 times I read every one of Prabhupada's books. But
and it's still not enough.
I'm still in ignorance. My question is that, everyone has heard that now in the Middle East, I forget which is the country, but they have collectively built a Hindu temple, and they wanted to incorporate Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, Jainism, all of these different positions. But the real rasa that is necessary for these people or pilgrims to get any spiritual progress is missing because they don't have Srila Prabhupada there as the fountainhead. They may make a glorious looking building, but it will be, just a money-making opportunity. So.
Yes, Prabhupada, he brought all religions, all cultures together because he's not on the bodily platform, whether Christianity or Judaism or Mohammedanism or Hinduism or thisism or thatism. So that's a nice attempt that they're building a Hindu temple and trying to, bring all the religions together. But as you mentioned, Prabhupada is a saving grace who is exposed or who's given the truth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in pure bhakti and pure devotion to go beyond the temporary designations of religions and social convention. Thank you.
We heard today in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Advaita Acharya delivered the whole universe. So if somebody asked us, how can it say he delivered the whole universe? We see the universe is not delivered right now. What would we say if somebody asked us that? What would be our answer for that?
Well, Lord Chaitanya was, who was that wanted to take the sins of all the... Vasudev Datta. He said, it's okay, you can clear the universe, but then again it would fill up automatically. It's just, it's an expression, more than an expression, that by Lord Chaitanya's introducing the Sankirtan mission and Advaita Acharya performing the yagya, the sacrifice out of love to bring Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Lord Chaitanya, he, let the flood of love of God inundate everyone. But he said also, but the students and the impersonalists and Mayavadi. So he took sannyas so they would also offer respect. And still, when everyone is liberated and the universe is completely transcendental, immediately, again, it'll be manifested full of living entities.
Could we say it's already liberated, only time is separating us?
No, you're liberated right now by hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and being in the association of devotees. Even in this very body, we can experience liberation by performing the activities of devotional service. So that liberation is available, and everyone is delivered, but there'll always be those who want to hide, and like when the bright sunlight is there, it's for everyone. But if you lock yourself in the closet, what can be done? Got to come out of the closet.
May I make a comment? It was very, very uplifting, very purifying to hear all the glories of Advaita Acharya. And the main theme was that everyone, all of Krishna's expansions also consider themselves servants of Krishna. That's a really amazing thing, So that service is the highest attainment. We cannot conceive how glorious and beneficial, right? And even the Krishna's expansions want that, so it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Balaram can serve Krishna. We have to serve Krishna too. Okay, give Maharaj one time, then Gopal.
Srila Prabhupada says that Bhaktivinoda Thakur is so powerful, he could have saved the whole universe as well. But then he was asked then why he did not do it. One disciple asked. Prabhupada says, well, he left for you to do so that you'll get the credit.
Jai.
That means us and the future of the Hare Krishna movement will do it. So just now coming, Hare Krishna.
Gopal Prabhu has more.
Hare Krishna. So one thing we should also remember in that regards, where to save the entire world, Lord Chaitanya also came, but we are in this material world, and there are two types of soul, the eternally liberated and the eternally conditioned. And so we fall into that second category of being eternally conditioned. So Prabhupada gave us these instructions to follow, and if we want to keep ourselves pure and reap the rewards, we have to keep this the forefront of all of our thoughts and our bodily and mental activities, and then we will be saved from this material world. But we can fall down at a moment's notice.
You might not even get a notice. Okay, one last question. Mataji can say. Yes, this is important that Srila Prabhupada, he understood our weaknesses and gave us a very regimented and well scientifically structured program for devotional service, so we don't need to speculate or imitate or recreate something. Prabhupada, through the realizations, of course, of Lord Krishna's direction, gave us a very scientific, very solid program to follow.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. It's more of a reflection. I was very struck by hearing all the glories of being a servant of Krishna, and just marveling at our ignorance and stubbornness, that we're so attached to this concept of Ishvaraham Maham Bhogi, and thinking that the way to be happy is if I could just control things a little more and get things my way, then everything will be all right. Or if I can just get a little more resources for my material enjoyment, then I'll be good. But actually, that's the opposite. That's the path that just leads to suffering and misery and entanglement. Whereas the servant of Krishna is, you read the verse there, that is, even Krishna considers his servant, his devotee, greater than himself. Yes. So, everyone in this world wants to be great. But they're thinking that to be a great controller, to be a great enjoyer, that's real greatness. But actual greatness is to be the servant. The more we are a servant, the more great we are, and in Krishna's eyes.
Greatness is to be a servant, you see? Nice. Servant of the servant of the servant. Gopi Bharatu Palakamarya Das 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 Anu Das. That was Advaita Acharya's mantra as well. So thank you for reading along with us. Always good to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita together. And also, maybe we read it in the past, but by all sitting together, the satsangam is also very much enhances and magnifies the spiritual potency, and you feel rejuvenated. Shri Advaita Acharya ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. Go Premanandi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.